If I go sideways, what you want to do is try and lengthen your body as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, try and push the Dynaband out so that the ribs hug in that little bit more and you're helping your ribs move. As you breathe in, you want to let go a little bit, and then as you breathe out, try and hug the Dynaband by pushing it out and the ribs in. And think of the breath now. So you're going to breathe in through the nose like we usually do, let go. Exhale through the mouth as you squeeze the ribs in, the stomach, the pelvic floor, the inner thighs. And again, breathing in, letting go. Keep a little bit of tension, and as you breathe out, squeeze a little bit more. Try to keep lengthening your spine. Let's do one more. Breathing in. Breathing out, squeezing the ribs in, pushing the Dynaband away. And then just releasing the Dynaband. What you want to do is just think of stepping on the Dynaband and using it to plug your shoulders down. So you're just holding the Dynaband at the end of the band, and try to remember you're not going to flex your wrist at any moment, always strong wrists, but for the moment just relax the shoulders and think of moving the head. So you're going to move the head up as you breathe in, and then breathe out, looking forward and all the way down, just the head. And again, breathe in, look forward and up. Breathe out, look forward and then down. Let the Dynaband help push and plug your shoulders down, and keep doing that. Do that one more time. Breathing in, look up. Breathing out, look forward and down. And now you're going to look forward as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, you're going to go slightly back with the Dynaband, bending the elbows, just slightly, pushing the elbows especially back and opening the chest. So then you're going to relax again as you breathe in, exhale in, push the arms back, squeeze the hips forward, the pelvic floor, the stomach in. Inhale, relax again, lengthen. Exhale, push the elbows back, try and squeeze your elbows towards each other without lifting the shoulders, plugging them down. And again, breathing in and breathing out, squeezing them up, slightly back. Let's do two more. Breathe in, breathing out, squeeze your stomach in, push your hips forward, feet down. One more, breathe in and breathing out, squeezing the elbows back. We're going to add a head to that. So you're going to breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the elbows back like you have done. Drop the head, squeeze the stomach in, push the hips forward. And again, breathe in, look forward, lengthen the spine. Try not to lift the shoulders to do that. It's the core. Relax the head, push the arms back, squeeze the stomach in. And again, look at your stomach, push it in with your eyes. Let's do two more. Exhale, squeeze in, the stomach back, arms back. Inhale, looking forward. Let's do one more. Exhaling, try and keep those wrists really strong and in one line, don't bend them. And then coming back. I want to go a little bit further if you join me. So you're going to exhale, start rolling the head, then the shoulders. See how far you can go like that. Then bend your knees and start doing your roll down, pulling always the elbows behind your body as much as you can. Even maybe stretching the arms up if your Dynaband allows you to. Squeezing the arms towards the ceiling, trying to stretch them up and towards each other. Breathe in there, relax the head. As you breathe out, bending the elbows, bending the knees still, lengthening up, rolling up one vertebra at a time till you're standing again, looking forward with the head last. Let's try and do that again. So you're breathing in, to breathe out, drop the head, push the arms back, keep rolling with your hips pushing forward, then bend your knees, lift your tailbone up as you roll down, that's it. Try and stretch your elbows if you can. Hold it there, breathe in. Breathing out, rolling up, squeeze the core, relax the head, one vertebra at a time, squeezing that stomach back as much as you can. Hi Suzanne, nice to see you. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to roll one more time. Exhaling, head, shoulders, rolling down. See if you can stay down now and just do little bounces further down with your chest and further up with your arms. Squeeze the core in. For 8, exhale. 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it there, breathe in. As you breathe out, roll back up, one vertebra at a time. So sit your hips first, then roll middle spine, upper spine, and then the head. Well done. Now just relax the shoulders. We're going to tilt the head. So you're going to go to the right as you exhale, just the head. Try not to move those shoulders. Breathe in, come back to center. Then you go to the left. Exhaling, breathing in, back to center. Keep going. So you're doing 4 more. Squeezing still the stomach back. Try not to move the shoulders or pull on the band. Yes? Exhaling as you drop. Remember to point your nose forward, always. Exhaling, tilting it to the right. Breathing in. And now stay to the left, exhaling in a tilt. See if you can roll your head, semicircle. Semicircle it to the right, look at the world in a tilt to the right. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll to the left. Exhaling, squeeze your stomach back. Breathe in, look forward. Good. Exhaling. Let's do 2 last ones. Breathe in, look forward. 1 more. Exhale, roll. Breathe in, look forward, straighten the head. And then go to the right with the tilt. To the right with the head, then the shoulders, then the ribs. See if you can really side bend. And notice how you're pulling onto that left dyna band. Breathe in, come back up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, you're going to the opposite side. Exhale into the left, shoulders. We try and plug the feet down, breathing in back to center. Exhaling to the right, squeeze your hips forward. Keep that right shoulder forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhaling to the left, retime and articulate the spine. Inhaling back to center. We're going to bounce it, 3 bounces. So you're going to exhale for 1, exhale 2, exhale 3, inhale, lift up. Exhale 1 and a 2 and a 3, inhale, lift up. Keep going, 1 and a 2, exhale and 3, inhale. And exhale 1 and a 2 and a 3. We're doing 2 more. Breathing out, squeeze the stomach back, the ribs, the pelvic floor. Really relax the head though. 1 more. Exhale for 1, exhale for 2, exhale for 3, and then lift up. Good. Now we're turning the head. So you're going to exhale and turn the head all the way to the right, and then breathe in, come back. Go to the left as you exhale, turn it to the left. Breathing in, come back. And then again, exhaling. We're doing 4 more. Breathing into center. Exhale for 3. Breathe into center. Really, remember to really turn your chin each time a little bit more. Try not to move your shoulders though. Come back, exhaling to the left. Inhaling back to center. Well done. We're going to grab the dyna band now and work just with the right leg. Take a bit of water. So here it's important, you've got the 90-degree angle and your wrist is very stiff. You're going to push the leg down as you exhale. So you're going to exhale, push it down. Inhale, lift the leg up 90 degrees like we usually do. Try not to move your arms. They add the resistance, yes? So you're exhaling, pushing down, stomach in. Inhale back up. And exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale down, inhale up. We're doing 3 more. Squeeze your stomach back. As you inhale, remember not to lift the hips, squeeze your inner thighs. Exhaling 2, inhale back up. Last one, exhale. And inhale, stay up if you can. Hold it there. See if you can stretch the leg forward as you exhale now. Inhale, drop it down, back to the bent knee, and again, exhaling. Then let the foot go down again. 2 more. Exhaling. Breathe in. Breathe out. And now hold it stretched as much as possible. Try and maybe grab with the left hand your dyna band and maybe twist towards the right. Maybe look back. Stretch that right arm if you've got the space for 4 more seconds. 3. Go on a little bit more. 2. And 1, and drop back the arm, drop the leg, and have a breath. Let's go to the other side. Okay, we're going With the left foot, remember to try not to move the arms. They're still moving a little bit, so you want to try and keep them as still as you can. As you exhale, you're pushing the foot down and the stomach in. As you inhale, you're not using your arms to pick up your leg. Let's go. Exhale down. Inhale. Squeeze those elbows in and with your Dynaband into your ribs. That's it. And inhale. Exhale. You're squeezing the stomach in because there's more resistance on the exhale here. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. And inhale. Last one. Exhale. We're staying with the leg up 90 degrees. Hold it there. Now you want to stretch the leg as you exhale. Inhale, bend it back down. And you can stretch it down. Exhale further towards the floor or higher if you want. Inhale. Let's do 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale to stay here with a lengthened leg. Maybe grab the Dynabands with the right hand. Maybe twist to the left. Try and squeeze your inner thighs. As you twist to the left, drop the left hip down and forward. That's it, Sasha. Keep doing that. Twist a little bit more on the exhale. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back, look forward. And just release. All done. Just to finish off, I want to work our arms just a little bit. Just a touch of back work. So I'd like us to work that Charlie Chaplin position. See if you can find it. Turn the legs out and then back in a couple of times. So remember that rotation is coming from the top of the leg rather than the ankles or the knees twisting. So you want to try and lengthen the front of your groins. And do just a couple more. Opening as you exhale, inhale together. Last one. Exhale, hold it there. Grab the Dynaband like if it were a tray, yeah? And you want to exhale, bend your knees, keep your knees bend in on top of your feet and pull the Dynaband to the side just a little bit. And then breathe in, let go. And again, exhale, pull the Dynaband a little bit. Inhale, let go. Keep going, exhaling. Make sure that you're not tilting your tailbone up, that you're sliding down the wall with your back and your shoulders. We're going to go a little bit faster now. So you're going to exhale, inhale 1, and exhale, that's 2, and exhale, 3, exhale, 4, exhale 4 more, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it there. See if you can just finish off with little bounces of the knees and the arms back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stretch the arms now. Hold the Dynaband this way, yeah? You're going to lift the arms up, breathe in, open the arms as much as you need to keep your arms stretched and feel the stretch as you drop them down and behind you. Yes, if you can get tighter, go tighter. If you need to widen, widen up. Then breathe in, lift up. Try not to bend your elbows. As you exhale, you're dropping back down. And again, breathing in, up, exhaling, going down. 1 more, breathing in, exhale, going down. Good, see if you can keep your arms up now. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then slide them down. And again, breathe in, lift them up. Exhaling, slide them down. And again, lift up and slide them down. 1 more, lifting up and sliding down. Keep your arms now by your ears, the Dynaband in between your arms, and see if you can just side bend with your legs turned out a little bit to the right. Push your hips towards the left. Keep the tension in your Dynaband. Inhale, come back up. Exhale into the other side. Really try and feel the stretch on the side of the body. Keep those elbows straight. Breathing in, come back up. Lovely, guys. We're doing 2 more. Really feel the side of your body stretch. Lean into it, but square the shoulders and the hips to me. Breathing in. Try to lengthen out of your hips as you go to the side. Good. Breathing in back to center. Relax the arms down with your shoulders a bit of a shake. And we're going to roll down now. So keep your Dynaband near your mat. And let's find our way down. I think my music has jumped from one track to the other to a slower playlist. So we're going to spice it up a bit now. Okay, Dynaband towards the front of your mat. And we're going to roll down when you're ready with your feet hip distance apart with no pull. So inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, find your way down. First the head, shoulders. Squeeze your stomach back. Roll your way down towards the floor. Hold your forward stretch for a little bit longer. Relax the head. See if you can say no with your head. So say the chin goes to the right shoulder, then the left. Again, right and left. Now just say yes a couple of times. Let your head hang. When you really feel it hanging, walk your way forward on the mat into your plank. Try and push the floor away and really hold your plank, lengthening the back of your neck, the back of your legs. Push your stomach back in space. Hold it there for a couple of seconds more. 3, 2, 1, drop the knees down, and let's go into a few cat-cows. So you're going to breathe in, look up, arch the spine, breathing out, roll the spine, push the floor away, squeeze your pelvic floor. And do that again, breathing in, looking up, breathing out, squeezing the stomach in. 2 more, breathing in, open the chest but drop the shoulders, breathing out. 1 more, breathing in, and breathe out. Hold that C-shaped spine and maybe come into your downward dog or your child's pose if you've got any pain in the shoulders. So in your downward dog, it would be with bent knees. Try and lift the hips up, relax the head. Once you've found it, try and bounce back your chest 8 times. Try and get your chest and your ribs closer to your thighs. Have the ribs in, but try and push the floor away and lengthen your spine for 4 more. 3, 2, 1, and then drop the knees down. Come straight into your one leg, one arm stretch. So you're going to lengthen the right leg, the left arm up, away from each other as you breathe in. Drop down as you breathe out. Push the floor away, don't sink. And go straight to the other side, breathing in. And breathing out. So we're doing 6 more. Let me see them. Try and really lengthen the middle spine and not move the head. Remember that once you know what you're doing, you should be looking at the space in between your hands. Do 4 more, let me see them. And I think Sasha and possibly Suzanne could do with rotating that leg in a little bit more. Don't let the hips turn out at all. That leg, push it in, squeeze your inner thighs. Keep going, and next time your right leg is up and your left arm, hold it there. Push the floor away, try and find that length and that balance. Square the hips, your knees should face the floor. Your hip bones, your chest bone away from the floor. 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Let's see if we can go to the other side straight away. Pushing the floor away, lengthening the left leg away from the right arm. Looking down, not sinking into the shoulders, sliding the shoulders away from your ears. For 4 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and drop down. Well done. Come to a child's pose. Sit back, walk the hands forward and relax the head down. If your head touches the floor, you want your forehead and the tip of your nose eventually to touch. And remember that here it's important to do a really deep breath in, pause, about 2 seconds, the breath in, and then deep breath out. Squeeze your pelvic floor, your stomach away from your thighs, and pause, squeezing the pelvic floor, your breath out. Doesn't have to be long, but really feel that pause. One last breath here. Good. When you're ready, come back and just slide your legs forward. We're going to work the core with the Dynaband. So come to the front of your mat and just pick up both of your feet. You need to flex them so the Dynaband doesn't escape. Remember, you don't want handbag wrists, you want boxing wrists, strong and straight wrists. And then you want to grab the Dynaband with thumbs up, in between your index and thumb. Squeeze your elbows in, lengthen here as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you want to roll back, squeeze your stomach back, curve your shoulders down. Try to get the back of your belly button on the floor. And then breathe in, come back up. And keep doing that. So your heels are on the floor here. Your feet are flexed away from the floor. Squeeze your big toes together, your inner thighs. And keep going. We're doing 2 more, and then we'll add something if you want to add to make it a little bit more fruity. Breathing in as you come up. 1 more. Exhale back. Remember to look at your stomach with your eyes and push it back. Now you're going to go back. Exhale. Inhale, drop the arms a little bit. Exhale, squeeze them to your shoulders. And do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hold that C-shaped spine. We're doing 2 more. Last one. So it's 4. Then you breathe in and come back up and have a break for a second. So breathe out and go back, yes? Squeeze the stomach back. Breathe in, drop the arms. Breathe out 1. Breathe in, breathe out 2. Breathe in, 3. Look at your stomach, push it in with your eyes. Then come back up, breathe in and lengthen. Exhale, roll back. So I'm looking at you, but if I were you, I'd be looking at my stomach, pushing it in with my eyes. If you see it blowing out at all, just tell it to go back each time. 1 more. And we're coming up. Let's do a last one. Breathing in. 2, breathe out. Roll back. And inhale. Arms down. Up. 1. And that's 2. Squeeze your elbows in. 3. And a 4. Well done. Breathe in. Come up. See if you can roll all the way down. Maybe all the way up. So you're going to exhale. Now find your way down. 1 vertebra at a time. Try not to have any sudden movements. Maybe you can even put your feet under sofa if there's a space, just to anchor you down. Breathing at the bottom, then breathe out, lift your head, your shoulders. See if you can come back up. If not, stay down and go up as far as you can and then back down. You're breathing in at the top and then breathing out, going back, rolling back. Try and squeeze your stomach back all the way. Articulate your spine all the way down. Breathing at the bottom, breathe out, come back up. Lovely. Breathing in. To breathe out and roll back. Now see if we can all find our way up. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out. We're all coming up and try now to slide the arms as you breathe out back behind you. Exhaling there. So you're going to inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, push them behind you. Try and get your head down towards your knees, your stomach in. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push it behind you. You need to really hold at the end of your Dynaband to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in. Try and stretch your elbows and squeeze them in towards the inner line of your body. That's it. Last one. Breathe in and breathing out. See if you can stay down and just bounce your way down a little bit further for 8, 7. Stretch those arms. See if you can stretch the elbows, Sasha. Really stretch it back for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up. Roll your way down. Exhale and find your way down. Lift the feet up. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, try and keep the arms squeezed into your ribs and just stretch the legs diagonally as much as your body doesn't arch. So you might stay up, you might go lower. Breathe in, come back to a 90-degree angle. And then exhale to the diagonal. Squeeze your stomach in. Breathing in. Bend them again. Exhale. And again. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more. Breathing in. Exhale. 1 more. See if you can keep your 90-degree angle, so your tabletop position now. And put your Dynaband on top of your table. Squeeze your inner thighs, guys. Grab the Dynaband at the top. Lay down. We'll start just with our arms. We're going to pull the arms, the Dynaband down without moving the legs, but squeezing your inner thighs. Breathe in, let them go. And again, exhale, pull. Inhale, release. Squeeze the legs. Keep your shins always parallel to the floor. Keep going. Exhale, pushing the Dynaband down. Trying to relax the shoulders. It should come from the core squeezing in and the ribs. Maybe now lift your head up as you exhale and inhale back down. So as you pull the Dynaband down, you lift the head up, yeah? We're doing 8 of whatever choice you have. So exhale up for 1, inhale down. Exhale 2, look at your stomach, squeeze it in with your eyes. Exhale, 3, inhale. Exhale, 4, just 4 more, we're there. Exhale, 5. Exhale, 6. 2 last ones, guys. Exhale, 7. If you get tired, just do the arms or have a break or put your legs on top of a chair. Yes? See if you can just lay back down with your head if it's been coming up and just bounce the arms really fast, like the 100. So you're bouncing your arms up and down, keeping your arms super straight. Try not to bounce your legs. And let's go. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3 more. Lift the head up maybe. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 2, 3, 4. And relax. Well done. Hug your legs in. Give them a squeeze. Take a moment there. Take the Dynaband. Keep it by your side. Grab your opposite forearms and try and lift the head up so you're really getting a good grip of your legs. Lay back down. Try and keep your tailbone on the floor, pushing it lightly down. As you breathe in, you want to let go a little bit of your legs. As you breathe out, really squeeze them in towards your chest. And we'll do that again, yes? Breathe in. Let go a little bit. Breathe out. Squeeze them towards your chest. One more like that. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lovely. Drop the legs down. You're going to tie the Dynaband around your upper thighs and make a knot so that there's tension when your legs are about hip distance apart. So we're going to go first into imprints and then into bridges. Make a light knot, but make sure that your Dynaband feels tense when your feet are hip distance apart. Find your bridge position, walk your feet back, and start just exhaling and lifting the tailbone off the floor into an imprint. Breathing in, dropping it back down into a neutral pelvis. So exhale, tailbone lifts a little bit, and it's the core that lifts it. Inhale, it drops. And let's do 2 more. Exhaling, lifting. Inhale, dropping down the pelvis. Last one. Exhale, lifting. Inhale, dropping down. Let's add arms to that maybe as your pelvis is down, arms are behind you, breathing in. As you breathe out, your tailbone lifts a little bit, arms go down by your sides. And again, breathing in, arms behind you, exhale by your sides. Just 2 more like that, and then maybe we'll add head and shoulders if you want to, also to that movement. So last one, breathing in, breathing out. Now, add in head and shoulders, 8 last ones. Exhale up, head and shoulders and hips lift, inhale down. Exhale up, keep your feet hip distance apart and your knees over them. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, just 4 more. And exhale up, 3. Exhale up, 2. Exhale up, Last one. Keep the arms by your hips now, head on the floor. Start going into a full bridge. So you're going to exhale your way to a full bridge. Hips lift, middle spine, upper spine. Breathe in, hold it at the top there. Try to go higher. As you breathe out, you're rolling back down, one vertebra at a time. Squeeze your stomach back. And do that again. Breathe in to breathe out. First, roll the hips up with your core. Your ribs hug in, the first part of the bridge. Then as you breathe in and open up the chest a little bit more, open the ribs. Exhale, roll your way back down. Try and articulate your spine. So we've got 4 more like that. Breathing in at the bottom. Exhale, rolling up. Breathing at the top. Try to go a little bit higher if you can. Exhale, rolling down. Breathing in at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Breathing in to breathe out, roll down. Breathe in. Breathe out, up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down. See if you can get a little bit more narrow with your feet. Walk them back, and we're holding it up now. So you're going to roll up to hold it up. Squeezing the feet down, pushing the hands down, trying to hold it there. Now as you breathe out, you want to push the Dynaband out with your thighs a little bit, and then breathe in, come back to center a little bit more than usual. And then again, exhale out, inhale, exhale out, inhale back, yeah? Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. 10 more, and 9, 8, 6, last ones. Keep the hips higher each time. 4 more, and 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Breathe in, hold it there. See if you can go a little bit higher, guys. And as you breathe out, roll your way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Good. Lift your legs up, squeeze your legs together still. Open the arms up, and we're going to do a few twists. So you're going to let the legs drop to the right as you look to the left. Breathe in as you do that. Breathe out, come back to center, squeeze the stomach in, and go to the other side. Remember to keep your legs together and to squeeze your stomach in before you lift your legs up and back to center. So let's do 4 more like that. Breathing in, dropping them. Breathing out, coming back up, squeezing the core back. 3 more. Remember to turn the head so your ear touches the floor one day. Exhale up. 2 last ones. Try to not let them drop down. Control all the way down and all the way back up. We've got 1 more, guys. Breathe in as they drop. And breathe out. Come back up. Lovely. Let's work the legs now. So I'm going to lie to the side. I've got my right leg on the top if I'm mirroring you. And what I'd like you to do is just keep your 90-degree angle with your band over your knees, and just keep your feet together. Try and align your hips one on top of the other. Don't let your hips move. In fact, you can even put your hand on your hip. And I'd like to just keep our feet together, squeeze our right knee up, and then breathe in, drop it down. Yeah? So we're doing 4 slow ones. And breathe in. And again, try not to let yourself sink in the shoulders, or even move the hips as the knee goes up. You need to push that right hip forward. Squeeze the stomach back in space, the ribs. Let's go a bit faster. So up and down, yeah? Up. Let's do 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Just finish off with bounces. 8, 7, keep going up without moving the hips. Really squeeze the stomach and the glutes really tight. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop it back down. Well done. Keep the knees together now. The hips without moving. Lift the foot up and then back down, but keeping those knees, squeezing your inner thighs, your pelvic floor. Again, exhale up, inhale down. 2 more slower ones so we can really think of the muscles we're using. And it's really the inner thighs and the pelvic floor here. Exhale up, lifting the stomach off the floor and trying to be aware of the hips. Let's go faster. Up and down. Yeah, up and down. And down, good. Just 4 more. If there's any pinching in the groin, there might be a little bit. Don't make it as deep, be gentle. Keep your leg up, so you can bounce it up for 8, 7, 6. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze the pelvic floor each time. 2, 1, and drop it down. Good, well done. So even now you can lift the whole leg up and back down. Yeah, without moving the hips, see how far you can go. Exhale up. Inhale down. Control the coming down too. Don't let gravity just take care of it here. Try and come down with resistance. That's it. Exhale as you go up. That's the effort. Good. Inhale down. We're doing 8 first one. So 8 and down. And 7 and down. And 6 and 5. Try and keep your knee in line with your foot. 3 more. 2. Hold it up, last little bounce for 8, 8 and 7, so short bounces. Remember, it's the thigh, the side, the glute, and then just relax down. Well done. Now see if you can stretch the legs, just a little bit more, a little bit more. Flex your feet like you're standing on the floor and really try and keep everything in line. So your ankles, knees, shoulders, hips, everything. Now try and see if you can lift up with a stretch leg. And then back down. Your knee should face me, so you can't lift it too high. That's your exhale, and then inhale as you go down. I want to think of your stomach pushing back in space each time. That's where the work of the core comes. The core moves, then the leg moves. Let's do 8. Faster ones for 8, 7, 6, that's it. 5, 4, 3. Can you keep it up and do those pulses? Keep it up, pulse for 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, I know, 2, just circles for 8, backwards, go on, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, forward for 8, and we're done, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done, guys. That was intense, wasn't it? Before going to the other side, I'd like us to take the diamond band off, but keep them locked so it's quicker to come back. And just, if I were to mirror you, my right leg is going to come into that pigeon position. Turn the knee out. Your left foot is on the floor. The leg you just worked is bending. You're putting your ankle on top of your thigh. And just seeing if you can push that leg back. Try and stretch it. Maybe thread your hands, your right hand in between your legs, your left hand out, and bring your left thigh towards you. And try and push with your elbow, your right inner thigh away from you. So your elbow is bent and you're maybe pushing your leg away from you with it. Try and keep your tailbone on the floor and breathe deeply. Think of your neck. I feel like some of your necks are with creases in the skin of the neck. So if you can lengthen the chin down, shoulders down, open the chest, breathe deeply. Flex the foot as much as you can with that top leg. That's it, and gently push it back as you are doing. Yeah, that's the way. Breathe deep, one more time. And then breathing out, release that leg. And great news, we've got 2, but we're going to have great bounds, guys, I promise. Let's go with the other leg. You ready? Bent knees, you remember? It's like a tabletop position, and you're going to lie with everything in one line. Try and make sure that as you move, I like to put my hand, especially on the first few, on my hip. One should be on top of another, like a building. You shouldn't have a sideways. You shouldn't have La Torre de Pisa, which is sideways. That kind of building we don't want today. We want a straight building. And we're going to try and keep the feet together and just push that knee back in space. And then back to the floor. And keep doing that. We've got 3 more slow ones. what you need to think about here is balance in between your glutes, pushing your hips forward, and your stomach pushing your, you pushing your stomach back. A balance between those two forces to keep your spine supported and your hips without moving. Let's go first. 8 first ones. Up for exhale, inhale. Up and stomach back and pelvic floor. Even the inner thighs are even working here. 4 more. And 3 and 2 and 1. Let's bounce it up for 8. Pulse it. 7. Squeeze your stomach back each time. And 4, 3, good. 2 and 1. Drop the knee down. Give it a break. Lift the foot up. Try not to move the hip, the top hip down now. And then breathe in. Breathe out. Squeeze your pelvic floor. This one is a good one for the pelvic floor. And down. Squeeze and release. Faster. Up and down. Up and down. Up. Try not to move anything but the leg inside of your hip joint. 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. Pulse it up for 8, 7, 6. Squeeze your inner thighs each time. Pelvic floor. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Drop that foot. Now you're going to lift your knee and your foot in the same height. So you're going to lift the same height up and back down. See how high you can go. How high can you go? How high can you go? Exhale as you go up. Inhale as you go down. 1 more slow one. And now go fast. Yes, ready? For 8. Exhale, inhale, down. I know. Exhale, feeling it too, I promise. Exhale, I think we need to work the legs more, right? And 4 more. 4. And 3. And 2. Bounce it up, hold it up. And bounce for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Well done. Stretch the legs. Go straight away. Remember the band is on top of your knees, yeah? Flex the feet like you're standing on the floor. Your knee faces me. So when you lift up in parallel, you can only come up a 45-degree angle, not much more. And by anatomy, you need to turn the leg out, which you know already. Charlie Chaplin to go higher. Yeah? That's the secret that not many people know. But now you do. You've known it for a while. We've got 1 more. I'm still counting thanks to the music. And down. 8 first ones. Up. And exhale. Squeeze your stomach in. Exhale. And think of your shoulders. 4 more. And 3 more. And 2 more. We're nearly there, guys. I'm feeling it too. And 1. Hold it up. Bounce it up. For 8. 8. 7. Stomach in each time. 6. Exhale. 5. Stomach in. 4. 3. 2. Let's circle it. And a circle. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Let's go forward. We're nearly done. We're there. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. I know. 3. 2. And 1. Well done. Release. Have a breathe. Take the dyno band off. And again, the leg you've just worked, your left leg, you want to turn it out. Maybe sing the la 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 as you stretch it. Flex the foot. Bring it to the thigh. Maybe you stay here, gently pushing that leg back with your hand. Maybe you can thread your left hand in between your legs and then bring that right thigh towards you as you push the left inner thigh away from you. Flex the foot if you can, because the top leg, it will save your knees, not the bottom, the top one. Toes towards your knee. Try and gently lay your tailbone down onto the floor still. Don't let it lift totally as you do this. And just do 1 more breath here, guys. When you're ready, let go of the leg. We're going to stretch our legs with the dyno band. So I've undone mine already for video purposes. But you want to undo your knot if you can. And then stretch the leg. because we're going to kick the leg up, give it a stretch after working it, and then quickly work our backs. Ready? So your left foot is on the floor. You're holding your Dynaband again like you're doing your arm exercise with no angles. Your wrist is super strong. And you're going to drop the leg down as you breathe out. Breathe out as you come up, sorry. Breathing in as you go down with the leg and exhale up. Remember that you want to really feel the length in this position, in these kicks of the back of the leg. You try and feel length in the thigh, lift it up, work all the leg strong. Exhale up, inhale down. We're doing 2 more. Exhale up. Remember that your other knee shouldn't be moving at all. 1 more, up and keep it up. You're going to start just circling your toes and your ankle. So you're going to do 4 circles one way, just toes and ankle. That's it, and then the other. Try not to move your knee or your hip or your leg inside your hip. It shouldn't be going up and down. Now your knee's going to bend and stretch 4 times. You're really going to flex the knee so your heel wants to touch your glutes one day, your hip, and then really stretch the knee. As you exhale, squeeze your stomach in. Try not lift the tailbone off the floor, and then breathe in, bend again. Exhale, stretch. Notice your left inner thigh, it should be still engaged, yes? Exhale, up, 1 more, breathe in. Breathe in out. Can you keep the leg up? And just do little circles with the leg to the right. We're just doing 4. So little circles with the leg, breathe in and out. 1, breathe in and out. 2, try not to make the other leg move at all. 3 and 4. Can we go the other way? Breathe in and out. 1, breathe in and out. 2, try not to rock on your mat. 3, and last one, 4. Hold it there. See if you can walk your way up your Dynaband now. As high as you can, lift your head and shoulders. Grab the top and then melt your head back down. Try and relax your shoulders into the floor, away from your ears, and stretch maybe your bottom leg also, like you're standing on the floor. That's it. Hold that. Do a few breaths, trying to stretch that right hip away from your right armpit. Remember, you don't want to curl the hip up, but lengthen it down. Notice your shoulders. Notice if you can pull gently the leg a little bit more. Maybe even for these last 8 seconds, bring your forehead to your knee. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. You're going to drop the head if it was up, and try and see if you can grab just the Dynaband with your left hand, right? Put your right hand on the floor. We're not twisting. We're trying to keep our hips on the floor, both of them, and just crossing the midline of our body. Just a little bit, because it should work a little bit. It should stretch, especially what we've worked, that muscle in the glute, that keeping our lumbar spine on the floor. See how much you can lift the leg and cross it. Keep lengthening that right hip away from your right armpit. See if you can stretch the knee or flex the feet, the toes anymore, the ankles. Can we try and go now into a full twist? Maybe bend the knee, maybe not. And see how much you can drop the leg. Try and keep your shoulders on the floor. Stretch your right arm in line with your right shoulder. Try to plug your right ear onto the floor too. And just breathe here. See how much you can twist your hips to the left and your ribs to the right. Remember that every breath in, you want to slide your right hip away from your right armpit. Give space. Breathe out, move into the space. Use your rib cage like an accordion. Lovely. Let's come back up with that leg and do the other leg. So it's the left leg that's going to kick up and down 8 times. When you're ready, grab the Dynaband tight, squeeze your elbows in and breathe in as you drop, breathe out, stomach in, then the leg up. That's what you should be saying to yourself in your mind. Exhale, stomach in, leg up. Breathe in, stretch, exhale, leg up. Exhale in, 4 more. Breathe in, exhale, 3. Try and keep your tailbone on the floor. Think of the left foot completely on the floor. And now hold that leg up and do circles with your Ankle and your toes. So you're doing 4 one way, just with your toes and ankle. And then 4 the other way. Try not to move your knee. Try not to roll the leg inside the hip joint. Keep it still. Now bend the knee and stretch it 4 times. So your heel wants to touch your hips one day, and then really stretch. And again, breathe in as you bend. Breathe out, stomach in to anchor the hips into the floor. Breathe in. Check your shoulders aren't lifted as you stretch. Last one. Can we hold the leg up now and just do circles? So you're going to do circles 4 outwards, breathing in and out as you do the circles. Make them small, but really try and keep that other leg still. Mine wants to rock one side or the other, so I really need to focus on that. Let's go the other way. So you're going to breathe in and out for 1, breathe in and out for 2. Good, nice, Sasha. 3 and a 4. Hold it there and just give it a stretch. So you're going to walk your way up your leg, up your Dynaband. Hold it as high as you can, and then drop the shoulders, the head down. Plug them all in, stretch the bottom leg. Try and keep your nose pointed towards the ceiling as soon as you know what you're doing. Think of the back of the neck being long, shoulders down, squeeze your stomach in, your left hip away from your left armpit. And now pull the leg a little bit more. Maybe lift your head and shoulders up, forehead to knee for the last 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lovely. Drop the head down. Stay there. Just try and see if you can cross the leg. Hold the Dynaband with the opposite arm, the leg that's up, and ground your left arm onto the floor. Cross your left leg as much as you can to the right side, keeping your hips on the floor. Push them back in space and down that left hip bone. Grab it with your hand, it really helps. Push it down, push it back. And then see how much you can cross, feeling that stretch, that opposition. One more deep breath, see if you can pull the leg up or flex the heel more, or the toes, or stretch the knee more. And then see if you can roll straight into your twist from there. So bending the leg or not, letting the leg drop to the left, to the right side of your mat. Look to the left ear on the floor one day. That's it. Nice, Anne. Bend the knee as much as you have to get a good twist in your upper body. And then come back up. Well done, guys. Back to the center. Just release that leg. Release the Dynaband too. Put it to the side. You're going to turn around and just finish on our stomach. Okay, palms are going to face each other. Our feet are going to be open about hip distance apart. And your forehead and your hips stay on the mat. So you're trying to, again, do one arm, one leg stretch, but more lengthening. So you're going to breathe in, lift the right leg, the left arm, away from each other. That's your breath in. Breathe out, drop down. And keep changing. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, drop down. Let me see it, because I feel like when I talk to the floor, nobody can understand me or hear me. Remember that you're trying, and keep going, I'm watching you, trying to stretch your knees a lot, your toes, your ankles. That's it, Susan, better. Because often we think we are and they're not, so you need to pay extra attention to that. And then make sure that you're not leaning on one hip bone more than the other. Keep going, guys. The more we do, the better it is for us. And it's just the last push. So when the next time your right leg and your left arm lift up, hold them up. And just think of length for 8 seconds. Keep thinking of length, because I swear it aligns all your back and does miracles, but you need to lengthen for 4 more seconds. Go on that back of the knee, stretch it. For 3, for 2, for 1, and release. Well done. Let's do the other leg, the other arm. Straight away, lift them up and away from each other for 8, 7. Balance out the weight in your hips for 6, 5, 4. That's it. Better, Sasha. That's it. Now it looks good. And dropping down. Just make sure the hip doesn't lift. 2 legs, 2 arms. Push the world away with your forehead. Let's go. 8 seconds. Lengthen them away from each other. Go on. For 8. Stretch those knees, Susan. I know you can more. So much that the thighs lift off the floor. That's it, Sasha. Good. Keep lifting the ceiling up with the sole of the foot. Nice. Keep lengthening. And then release. Well done. Good. Drop the arms by your sides. And just turn your head to your right shoulder. And if you feel you need the dyno band, you might grab it here. You want to try and grab your left foot and just stretch your left thigh. We often don't stretch our thigh muscles and they do get very, very tense. So if you can grab the foot, just bend it or grab your dyno band, put it around, just help you stretch it there. Take a moment, still with your head turned away from the bent leg, and see if you're rocking again on one hip bone. Can you push your weight equally on both hip bones? It changes, doesn't it? It opens up more the groin, so your weight should be balanced in between both hip bones. Then let that leg go, or turn the head to the other side. And let's do the same. Think of now the right ear being completely on the floor, grabbing your opposite leg, your right leg. See if you need a dyno band, or just bend the knee, or just relax the leg and just work on your head twisting. Balance the weight out in between your hip bones, remember to. Just do one more breath there, guys. We're nearly there. And then let it go. Well done. See if you can just push the floor away, coming to your child's pose. So you're C-shaping your spine as you go back. You need to stretch it that little bit more. Relax the head down. Do a couple of breaths, trying to really blow your ribs out. Remember, like an accordion. Pause, and then as you breathe out, squeeze them in, squeeze your pelvic floor and your stomach away from your thighs. Push your hips down with your hands into the floor. And now slowly walk yourself to the right side of your mat, in the child's pose still, and breathe into your left side. So that's what's opening up. Your lung, your heart, especially here. You breathe in deeply, and then breathe out, really try and hug the ribs in, massaging the heart. Let's go to the other side. So to the left, try and walk away from yourself with your hands as you go to the left and relax the head down, breathe deep. See if you can sit the hips any further back. Use your intention, your breath, your core, your hands. Lovely. Come back to center. Let's roll up one vertebra at a time to a comfortable sitting position. And just quickly, if you've got the time, stretch your neck with me to finish off. It's past 7, but just a quick neck stretch. Try and plug the shoulders down. Remember that you're just moving the head. Notice if you're shifting your ribs, if they're doing a lambada. You don't want them to here. And then see if you can turn the head to point the floor like we usually do. Just nod the head down and gently push it down with your hand. Again, check where your chest bone is. It should be on top of your pubic bone. Coming back up, let's do the same to the other side. So stretching our head towards the right, the left. Remember that you want to square the shoulders, relax them, keep the chest bone in line, better there, and that's it. That looks better. And then point your nose to the floor. Maybe close your eyes. Push your head down a little bit more with the hand on top of it. Breathe deeply into your back, into your neck. Can we just keep our head down with 2 hands on it and just gently sway the head right and left like you're saying no with your head down? Do it about 4 times. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Really try and keep them plugged down. And then looking forward, stretch the arms up. Try and lengthen the sides of your body. Try and grow before you finish. Breathe in, stretch. And as you breathe out, just slide the shoulders down, hug the ribs in, palms together, squeezing your pelvic floor, your